Count, but
welcome in, everyone, and Lollygaggers, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it all. Hope you had a wonderful time. I was lurking a little bit over there after I just got home. Amazing timing, exactly. Beautiful. So we're doing a Asiatic fantasy themed campaign, roughly based on a lot of that, like Jade Empire and Wukong, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, based on all of it. Just throw it all in a big bucket, shake it up, and see what comes out. You guys do amazing work over there. I hope you had a blast. It's amazing stuff. It's good stuff. If you guys haven't, check out the Lollygagger. They're great.
Super great.
I want to quickly give a shout out to the Forge. They're our hosting service for Foundry. If you need hosting service, check them out. Now I have a quick little side thing I want to do, as it's been an extra week in between streaming this because I was away from my equipment and was unable to do so. For some reason, I need to actually have my stuff to be able to stream it and do the game. Who wants to recap the last two sessions just to get everyone caught up to where things are at? Was that an I do, Azrael?
I can probably do it. Let's have a look here. Okay, so last time we got woken up early after our first day, and we were introduced to our 6 instructors who were going to be instructing different people each. By fate, I guess, we each ended up with the same tutor, the same instructor, and they told us that there was this trial place that they have made, which is called the Tower. It is a place where we can go to test our mettle, so to speak, and that in order to progress, graduate, whatever else, like get better, we need to go to the tower and we need to travel through the levels, and at any point you can leave, and if you get defeated, your progress effectively gets measured, like it gets basically plugged in, and whatever level you've gotten to, you can sort of start there for next time, and we have to pass level 15 of that to progress, but we don't have like necessarily a time limit, I don't think. Perhaps I missed that, but anyway, that's there for us when we want to see how far we've come. We also got to know our masters, started to make our way around the academy to meet with these masters, and we asked older students for a little bit of guidance on who we talk to and what to do. And as part of that, when we also started to perform tasks for these masters, each of us decided what few tasks that we would like to try to get better at and try to and help the academy out. And we basically did this as a combination of the things that we're skilled at and also the things that we're potentially interested in as well. And so we each sort of described what sort of things we would like to do and how that might be helpful. And we started to do those things by rolling dice to see how well we would do, and then reported in our successes to our tutor. As part of that, unfortunately, when Puppy's character Emiko did her tasks, she did succeed, but she let on to her new rival about her brother, and that might come back to bite us or her. We don't know, but that's in play. My character, Gyung, he saw a mountain peak palace. He hasn't spoken much about that yet to the others, but he noticed it, and he's taken that kind of with him. And then we answered some questions about our day while eating a meal in the common room. So we sort of took some time to get to know each other. We agreed to disagree on certain things, and I also spent some time going around different people to try and accommodate a study group or exercise groups or other groups of students, which was widely unsuccessful except for Guwei. Is that how you say that?
It's fine. I mean, I actually don't completely know the whole, it's, I don't know, I'm open to interpretation. So Guawei, whatever.
All right. So yeah, Azriel's character said he would be willing to come for some runs in the morning and stuff like that. But most of the other students, the NPCs, the non-player characters, said not for now because they want to focus on their study, which is absolutely fine. And then a man came in who was very wounded, and whom but bandaged. Thanks to Emiko's work. I believe that she had partaken in his recovery, but he was pretty beaten up still. And he went upstairs after that, after talking with us a little bit. And we kind of ended our day. I think that's most of the things that happened, but perhaps I've missed anything. Does anyone else remember anything else that they think is useful to point out?
No, you did fantastic.
Try to keep good notes.
I'll be honest, I keep no notes. I'm really, really bad about that. I'm just... for me personally, if from a note taking standpoint, if it's important to me, then I'll remember it. I don't know.
We get back 4 hours later.
So, it's very well done, Matt. Some time has passed at the academy. You guys have been working here. We're going to start things off with a little bit of flashback for you all. Just to develop your characters a bit as we press forward. So, I'm going to explain some things going on, and then we'll pick up and have you guys do a flashback. So this is your be prepared warning.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be anything particular, but pick a time in your past where an event happened that you want to delve into and share with everyone. That has come up over this week or so that you've been here at the academy. Okay. While at the academy, it is starting to get towards summer. It's been going well. A lot of people have been learning all sorts of things. You guys are realizing that you have a lot to learn, but you definitely are picking stuff up as you go. So you're happy that you're here because you know you're growing a lot faster than you otherwise would because of that. You're honing your skills. You're understanding your skills. There's all sorts of writings and reading, that you can read. There's trainers, teachers that you can go and talk to who can help you hone your skills. All of this skill and knowledge available makes your ability to do things quicker because you have access to that info. Now, there's been some whispers, Imeko, about your brother's name. You've heard it circulating from some people. No one outright confronts you about it. I've heard his name pick up more. There's something about the character there.
Find out the liars. The ones that came here for the
Those are all quite great questions because you're not sure. But there's obviously something.
Time to investigate.
I'm to find everything in my house to make sure you don't. But everything in my mind. If they tell me to hate you, I'm you. I'm following that.
Yang, you've been continuing sending money back for the boat, making some good work on that because your skills of moving stuff around is always used here in town quite heavily. And 47, you've grown to enjoy the areas on the outskirts because there's a lot of hunting and stuff that's fun that you enjoy. Any questions before we continue to dive in? Doesn't know. Chat, anything from you?
I'm just gonna take off running and I'm gonna jump and like cannonball into the deep end of the pool. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
One way to do it.
Who needs to learn to swim? Just jump in.
I mean, if you hit hard enough, you can go unconscious, and then you could find yourself, floating.
It was not in the game, sir. It's not in the game. Like, I'm ready to go. Let's.
I mean, I can say it was. It'd be fun.
Okay.
Holy crap! The beach episode already.
Right?
I was just trying to be a fun player. I'm sorry.
No, you're great. I'm just having fun back with you.
I'll roll it back. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I don't care. As long as I don't die.
Right?
Dying sucks because I don't.
Bear ball.
Because I don't have any. I don't have any backup characters made.
Well, hopefully you find a way to not need it.
Oh, we are in
Just
tutorial
don't die.
world. Yeah. So.
Hey, I've heard of game systems where people have their characters die during character creation.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that, so.
Yeah, let's not.
But I'm just
Moving
saying.
on.
I've heard of Stranger Things. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, sorry, you have a bird that kicked in the campaign.
You could be walking and then trip on your own sword.
Oh boy.
He doesn't have a sword.
It's all good. No worries.
Anything sharp works.
So
Doesn't have.
Oh Jesus! What the
It's
hell,
pretty
man?
sharp. I mean, you never know what could happen. Like, someone could just be walking by, prick you with a needle, and dead. It could happen.
Oh yeah. Oh, you go say things. Yeah, I got.
I'm gonna find something if you're wondering. That's why I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, your friend goes like, oh, it can't hurt you too bad.
Well, if
What's
name's
up?
Well,
if her brother's name is circulating, then she definitely would investigate or go around and listen and just ask subtle questions.
You subtle? When have you been subtle?
I mean, no one knows I'm an assassin, so it must be working.
Anyway.
She's medic. She doesn't do a whole lot.
I don't do combat, you know. I'm just here to heal the world.
What, the several knives in her pocket? It's called a scalpel. Don't be silly. It's only stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Acupuncture needles. It's to
Yes, I'm
help
just
heal
Clearly,
you.
you've never been to a doctor.
It's to cleanse. It's to cleanse your soul. That's what I'm here to do, you know? Yes.
Better. It's just healing.
It's just healing. And you know, sometimes you have to die in order to heal. It's all part of the process.
Necromancy.
It's all part of the process. Just trust in the process.
Oh, puppy.
I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun with this character.
Apparently. So, weeks have gone on and you guys have progressed in your training in those areas. You've also caught some rumors that there's some schism or problem happening around the school, but you're not sure what that is. Just there's something. So you guys are all a little bit curious as to what this conflict or strife being mentioned is. But everyone seems to be focusing on their training, so you guys are like, well, I guess that's what we're supposed to do. And
We
during this
hear
week-
about this strife, is that right? Like we're hearing
yeah, you
about a
heard
strife?
something about it.
Okay.
You're not sure what it is, but you've heard over this week. You've heard rumor of some conflict or strife. Actually, no, it's probably been more than a week. It's probably been like a month. And so during this time, what is one of the events in your background that has come up as you're training and practicing this stuff? Who wants to go first? You know, during the anime school montage, they have to have flashbacks.
Roll a D3. D4, rather. D4.
You say what? Who's going first?
So is this, do you just want Okay, so we're looking for a good time, a bad time? Are we looking for anything? Are we looking at something that sheds a light on our character as far as personality? Are we shedding a light on skills? What are we wanting to spotlight, I guess, is...
It's something you're sharing with the lovely viewers about this character, like you could see happening in a TV show or movie. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of up to you on which of those aspects you want to delve into. And we'll do some role playing where you get to talk about it, and then I might throw some things or questions in there to develop it for.
Okay, sure. So I'll get us started then. Let's see. All right. I'm just looking at my my info here and seeing what names I have come up with for my family. I know that I picked names. It's just where I put that information. Usually it's all together.
I've actually started using what's the app called? Obsidian for that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it allows me to link the things together, and I can pull up a graph of the connections and everything like that.
Yeah, let me just...
It helped a lot in Cyberpunk where we had a bunch of characters that came up and like who are they connected to and things like that.
Right, yeah. Okay, it doesn't look like I've got that. So know that I've come up with names. I just, they're not in front of me at the moment. But what I would like to spotlight here, I think, is a scene where Gyung is still pretty young. He's probably not even a teenager yet in this scene. And he's talking with his father, who has taught him the family business, basically. His family's been in transport only a short time. Most of their history is in fishing. So they've lived in the same place for many, many generations. And there's been spots of transport, different ancestors have done different amounts, but it's not been an ongoing thing. What has been the ongoing things, like most frequently, has been the fishing side of things. And so he's talking with his father, who has taught him a bit about fishing and about just like piloting a boat. His father is... it's been an interesting upbringing because his father's parents, his father's father passed away a long time ago, even before Gyung was born. But his father's mother, so Gyung's grandma, has basically lived with them up till this point. So Gyung has grown up knowing her, and the kind of role that she has taken while he's been growing up is that she's basically been in Gyung's father's back pocket. She's been bugging him about like moving out of her house because he's lived there for all of his life, and he married and has had children in her house. When are you gonna grow up to move out of my house? Is kind of like the type of relationship those two have. And so But she's been very formative for Gyung because she's taught Gyung a lot because she's been the hard ass in this situation. So she's the one that's like, go and do your chores. And if you haven't done your chores, you know, things are going to get bad for you because you're going to have to do them more. And then there's more and more. And she's been like, and she does that with Young's dad, even though, like, for Young, like, that's his dad. Like, but his mom is just like still, even now, you know, just basically dragging him through the coals every day. And in this scene, she has gone on some sort of trip, and Gyung's dad is in this house, you know, without her, and it's not very often that he's in this house without her. And this spotlight is Gyung's dad and Gyung. And Gyung's dad looks like kind of lost. He's like, I'm not sure what to do. And Gyung's just going about his daily duties, and he comes home and he sees his dad, and his dad's just like sitting on a stool, and he's like, what's up, Dad? You know, he's like 8 or 9 at this time, you know, he's like, what's up, Dad? You know, just finished, you know, hauling the nets in or whatever, or repairing the hole in the canoe or whatever it is, right? Like, he's come home and he's like, what's up, Dad? You're like just sitting, and because he's constantly working as far as like Young remembers. And his dad is like looking around and is like, he doesn't really respond. Like, he doesn't answer Gyung. He's just like mumbling. He seems maybe depressed or lost. And so Gyung looks about and he realizes that like most of the things that his dad normally does aren't done around the house. And he's like, what the hell, Dad? Like, I'm gonna be the one that like has to go and do this now because we have to catch up. And so like Gyung spends the next couple of hours at the end of his own like kind of work day almost, because you start work in this culture like from, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. You're hauling stuff around, you're doing things. It's not paid work, it's family work. You have to help the family to survive. And so he's been doing that all day. He comes home, his dad hasn't done his tasks, and Gyung basically spends the next 3 or 4 hours at the end of his day just still working. And it breaks him. Like, he just like works and works and works, and he basically, his dad finds him like I reckon it would be like he's got 2 tasks to go, and he's been, I don't know, cleaning out an old bucket of fish or something as the second last task. And he's basically sat down on a seat, on a stool, and he's like clearing this out. And then he's just fallen asleep. And his head has like just fallen into the bucket. It's not full of water or anything. It's just like effectively an empty bucket. His head's fallen into the bucket because he's so damn tired. And that's where his dad finds him. And he picks him up and he takes him to bed. And that's the sort of scene that I wanna share. So do you have questions about that, since you were asking about questions or saying that you might have something there? Okay. Oh, there you are.
But Why is he that way? Like, what causes that?
What causes what?
Him to not get his stuff done.
I think he's so used to being told what he has to do that when he has gained his freedom, which has been like, this hasn't happened while Gyeong's been growing up. So for the last 9 years, every day, she's been there hounding him. And so one of the first ever days that his dad has had his freedom, and he doesn't know what to do with it. It's like the roadrunner it's like the coyote catching the roadrunner and just realizing that he doesn't know what to do. And that's his dad. He just doesn't, because it's been this way, and he's been constantly trying to get out from under her thumb, and then he has, and then he just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's like the journey. The journey matters more than the destination.
What about Gyeong's mother? What does she do during this?
I think that she's probably looking after a newborn during this time. So I'm going to seed in a younger sibling, which I hadn't thought of before.
Yep, that's why we're doing this. This is to help flush out characters. You're hitting all the points of exactly why we're doing this with chat and everything.
So I think mum is looking after that newborn. Maybe 2 or 3 months old, something like that. So she has to be there quite a bit of the time, looking after that newborn.
Something Young is unconscious for and not aware of. That his dad sings him something as he tucks him in. Song of his father.
Okay.
About the family and their work and why it matters and the importance of things. And as he leaves the room, he makes a vow that he's not going to put his son through that again. How does Young react the next day seeing his dad act differently?
He doesn't know that there's been a change, probably, just that his dad's doing stuff. And he's used to his dad
has already, some of his jobs are done when he gets up.
Oh, some of his jobs?
Yeah.
So, okay.
He gets up and a few of his jobs are done, and his dad is, hardened to getting his own stuff done, too.
Okay. So Gyeong will look about and see some of his.
He goes to do his job and it's done. He's like, I know I didn't do this today. Yeah.
So probably initially, because they're sort of in the same vicinity, but not on top of each other, Gyeong would just go to the next task, and maybe 2 or 3 of these things are already done. So he would just move on, right, and see, and then the next task is done, and then he moves on, and maybe one final task is done, and he's like, oh man, and then he'll move on to the next task, and then if the task hasn't been done, he's like, okay, this is where I start. So probably at the start of the day, he doesn't question it, and it's not until the first break, maybe it's lunch or whatever, the first meal after we start.
Yeah.
And he'll come back to his dad, and his dad's probably at this point been cooking, which is his mum's task normally, and so he's done that as well. And Gyeong sees him at the stew pot, and he's like, what's going on, Dad? What? You were really, I don't know, quiet yesterday, and then all of a sudden, you've done all a a lot of my things and Mum's things now as well, and I can see that your things are already done. Like, how?
You gotta get up early and get it all done, son. Eat up and let's get things done so we can have a good end of our day.
Young's like, is there something happening tonight? Like, he's seen his dad like extra active before. You know, probably once or twice a year, maybe there's a big like trade thing that happens once or twice a year that his dad like spends a week or two doing extra work for. And this kind of energy that he's showing in this scene is kind of what it's the same type of energy. So Young's reading this energy and he's like, is something happening? Is there someone coming to town? Like, he thinks that there might be, maybe like a trade event like there is once or twice a year or so. And there isn't, probably, but...
He's like, no, I thought maybe we should, after dinner have some time to watch the fireflies and tell some stories.
I think there's a double take here. Like, Young, like, looking at his dad and going, we don't do anything with the fireflies, Dad. Like, there's no task. there's no work with the fireflies.
I know, son.
Okay. He doesn't really know what to say or do, but he will do that. And then he spends time not working at the end of the day with his dad.
Yeah, the end of the day comes earlier because the chores got accelerated. And so he's done with everything, and now Gyang is at a point he's like, I don't know what to do. Everything's done, and it's earlier. So what does he do when there's still a bit of time before dinner and he doesn't have anything that he's supposed to be doing? It's probably the first time he's experienced a segment of, hey, dinner's going to be in a bit. You have some free time.
Free time, what's that?
Yeah.
I think this would be an opportunity where Young might have noticed another kid, I don't know, maybe a farmer's kid, and he's never really perhaps had a chance to talk more than like say hello or do a trade or whatever with this other kid. And he thinks of that kid probably. That boy, probably that boy is a little bit older than Gyang. Maybe he is like 11 or 12. And Gyang thinks of him. And he goes, Dad, maybe I can hang out with him. Can I run down and see if he's done with his stuff? And if he is, maybe we can play.
Yeah.
He knows what play is.
Yeah,
but...
right. Hi, little miss. You go over there to him and you see he's kind of just finished his stuff. He's getting a drink of water and like sitting under the trees. And like come up to him, he's like, Young, because you say hi to your neighbors. It's the polite thing to do. Not sure, since you're usually not done with your chores because there's so much. And you go out there and he's like, Sure. And like finds a couple sticks, and you guys get to practice sword fighting, being heroes of the land. Ones who defeated the giant sea monster who had destroyed the village once and years ago.
Yeah. It would be probably like the four immortals, the giant boy Than Gyong, mountain god, probably the giant boy. They probably imagine that they're getting bigger and becoming giant boys too, and
and they defeat the giant evil fish demon.
Sure. And they've probably got a fish, and they're probably stabbing it with their sticks.
It's a fish. It's an old fish skeleton that was, has a head on it because they didn't finish it and it got thrown out because, rotting food isn't exactly healthy. And so it smells foul, but they think it's hilarious as they're, beating this thing.
Oh, absolutely. They'll probably wear it for a hat for a short time. Yeah, that's cool.
And then they're called in to dinner.
All right, that's the scene.
They have a fun time. They're able to get in, and that night, Gyung, your father tells you stories as you guys watch the fireflies for a bit instead of finishing your last chore or two after dinner. You just sit there watching the fireflies. Back porch over, with the dock, looking over the water, watching the fireflies and talking.
Okay, awesome. That is my scene then. That is what he will remember and what gets brought up. How does this get brought up? I think it gets brought up because someone is doing maybe a performance of the giant boy in the arena or something, and so there's a talking point there, and maybe Gyung sits and watches the performance and then like talks to the actor that played the giant boy and maybe brings up this story about how he and the farmer's boy had this moment in his past.
It's a old man who puts on shadow puppet performances for people, and he does one in the inn one time, and that's the one he does there.
Okay. And they get a chance to talk about the giant boy. Cool. Great. I think that's good. Awesome. You happy?
Yeah. No, the whole point was to let you guys delve into your characters a bit, share some scenes with everyone a bit, just build this world and the characters more.
All right.
We won't do this every episode, obviously, but like every fifth or so, I want to at least throw some of this sort of stuff in there because it helps develop that character. Whenever you watch a, TV show or something like that, there is times where they do stuff like that where they feed in some of this so you get to know the characters, why they're choosing to do what they do, who they are, such things like that. And that's
all right. Awesome. Well, let's pass it on to whoever has ideas next.
Not ready for that. Who wants to go next?
Okay. So I think that during so what did you say brings this up? Just like a random event?
Something during this month of time that you hear at the academy. Something happens that brings up this memory from the past.
Yeah, I think
For
that
Gyung, it was a shadow puppet show that reminded him of the same story that he had that drew him back to that time.
I don't know if they do like I mean, my village like did harvest festivals. I don't know like if there's a similar tradition in the academy city or not or area.
Yeah,
but
it would
if
be when it gets to harvest
so,
time.
I would say
That's in a bit.
during the month there was a large, I guess, celebration or gathering or festival, and Guowei had the honor of cooking for everyone, for contributing to the cooking, and that brought back memories of when he was first starting cooking, because he's not used to, so what he has available to him here isn't exactly the same as what he had back home in his village. So he's just starting to get used to working with these ingredients the same way that way back he was starting to get used to working with those ingredients, and the first few did not go very well. So his, like, he has this recipe that he has worked on over the years, and this takes him back to the first time that he thought of it, and it was not good the first time or two that he made it. This was whenever he was first coming, like when he was, so he's not originally from the village that he's in. So he kind of immigrated from another area to this village that he's a part of currently, not the academy, but where he came from. And I think that day they were missing someone from like the cooking area, and he volunteered to fill in because, I mean, food is really important, and he wanted to show that he was willing and able to help the village and feed people. So he asked like if there was anything that in particular that was necessary, like they needed to make. He was given a few different choices, and he decided on dumplings. And he did this because he is he's not really great with like utensils, not really great like stirring, and he's much better with his hand, like with his fingers and hands, and like forming the dumpling, and like doing the folds and everything to get it closed and everything like that. So he's a lot better with his hands than he is with utensils. And he the first time, oh boy, it did not go well. But everyone was pleased to have like just food to eat. So they were very appreciative of what he did, and that got him into their good graces, and he used that to basically just be a part of the community and continue to fill a role that the community needed. And I think that point was when his mentor noticed that he's new, and he didn't have anybody to like he didn't have any family there. He didn't have any like friends. So he kind of took him in and mentored him and like taught him some. I gave him some tips on cooking and like taught him like how to like the things that he's very good at now, which is like mediation and like diplomacy and money things and things like that. That's all I've got. If you need any more, please let me know.
What was not so good about the food? Was it like too much pepper, too much salt?
I think it was too spicy. It was some of the villagers like the spice, and others had pretty bland palates. So maybe he learned that not everybody likes things to punch them in the mouth when they eat them, and maybe kind of
People
just
like to cry with emotions, not because they're eating.
yes.
Got it. Yeah, the Zhao Yong pulls you aside and kind of explains to you, sometimes it's better to not use too much of a thing. It's too much of a thing kind of makes the thing not so good.
Less is more. Got it.
Kind of lays that out and teaches Goei that.
You know what? Less is more actually applies to many, many different aspects of life.
And I was about to say that. And so he explains it to him in regard to the food, but then shares with him how much it applies to all things in life. Too much of good things means you're not improving things. Too much of good things can make it so the good thing's not good. And so he kind of shows you that sometimes making the right choice is limiting how much of something there is.
Yep.
And that balance is an important thing.
Balance
it
is
takes you
super
back
important.
to your pot of food, changes it up a bit by adding some sweet or something to it to offset the spice, and lets you taste it and see the difference when you balance the dish instead of just swing one way with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you let's see, when you put something like, I mean, not everything has to be spicy and not everything has to be like, there are some things that can be spicy and sweet, and there are things that can be savory and sweet, and
Right.
all these other things. So yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I've had peppered eggs before. It's rough. Kids are learning to cook, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's part of how I get what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important that they learn, which is why he kind of sits you down and teaches you and explains it to you so you understand it.
Yeah.
And so back at the academy at the festival, you're reminiscing about the elder of the town, and you're kind of, the mentor kind of took you in a bit and taught you, and how much you appreciate being part of the place, that you understand food can help you be connected, but the right kind of food, the right amounts of food are important as well.
Yeah, I think that what really hit and like caused that to like hit home was whenever like one of the higher ups tried my dish and said that it was very well balanced.
then there were two.
I'll be back in a minute.
Puppy. There. Wants to go.
Hey, it's the same thing. I love this.
I guess I'll give it a go. Just be like sitting here like, okay, how do I want to play this out?
That's why I gave you warnings and explained things and stuff. Give people a chance to think.
That's not. I'm not hitting.
No.
I'm hitting your forward.
I think people, since people have, there's been whispers of her brother's name here and there, probably brings up some memories that she has of her brother from when she was younger. Her and her brother were pretty close. Like, he looked out for her. They would go to, like, there was always like one of those yearly festival type things that he would take her all the time, putting her on his shoulder, so she could see what the parade going by. They had one of those like cool dragons and stuff. So, and then they'd always get like, food on a stick, because who doesn't like that?
Stick is pretty universal and common.
I don't know names, but it was on a stick, right? But just a lot of like her brother taking care of her. And her brother would teach her a lot, try to, teach her everything good in the world. Because her parents weren't like in the picture, so it was mostly just her brother taking care of her. Like, they were there, they were present, but they didn't.
You remember one of these festivals where in the tea house overlooking the dragon going by the parade, and your brother's there with you, but he's talking to someone. You never found out who. But they were definitely older than your brother. He's incapable of talking. It was from somewhere out of town. And you could tell that because you knew most of the people in the town. At least you could tell they're by their, but they're from. It fit the town. Typical image.
Yeah, she was always curious on what they were talking about. She would try to make out what they were talking about, but realized that she can't read lips. But like, she would like be like focusing, like really focusing, trying to stay on our conversation, then try to inch closer and closer as kids do. Kids are nosy. But she never was able to get close enough without being
closer. He's like, "Oh, you're missing the dragon."
Yeah. So, yeah. So she never was able to hear what they were saying, but she would just continue enjoying the parade, and every now and then just glance over, waiting for her brother to come back. Sometimes she'd be like, you're missing the parade, get over here, or like yell at him to like to put her on his shoulders so she can get a better view.
He usually does, just because he's that brother.
Yeah.
Remember the day he left, you saw that guy. You'd forgotten that you saw him around your house the day that your brother disappeared.
Yeah.
And what really creeps you out, that really throws this memory returning to you, is that you saw him in town here as he was leaving, here at the academy. Not your brother, but this guy that your brother was meeting. You step out one day and you see him exiting on horseback. Nick. And it just comes back to you.
Yeah. So, just like, and it'll probably be like one of the times where she's actually like flustered. Like, maybe show like a hint of emotion. Because, just like a wave of just flashback, like a memory that she hasn't like dawned on in years.
Oh yeah. But it also was a impact because how much you missed your brother and how much he was part of everything, and then you were gone.
And when he was just gone and left and just gone, she was very upset. Like, they were like best friends. Your
parents would never tell you what happened. They'd always tell you that he's just no more.
Yeah, and when she would ask about him, or like even mention the name, like the parents would shut it down and like just yell at her for even asking such a question. And she never understood. Yeah. Eventually, she just stopped asking. And after he left, a lot of things changed. So.
You get to dwell on that as all this month is going on. Happy thought.
Just happy thoughts all the time. Woo!
What does this do to Himiko's focus, though, as she's for this month? It's probably not just one day that it's on her mind.
Yeah. So over the time frame of the week, weeks going through, she is like, she's doing what she's focused, but at the same time, like, she's kind of having to hold herself back little. She's having a bit of a hard time, but it's not like messing up her performance per se. It's just more of a straining on the mind. But she is like, and like she is doing through the month, like doing some digging, like heavy digging on like where she could find this guy. And when she finds him, I mean, not to say she's gonna try to kill him per se, because she has to get answers first.
You keep having a really hard time even figuring out who he is, because a lot of people are like, which guy are you talking about? Have a name to go on.
Yeah. All she has is a vague description that because
Right.
she's going off of memory from when she saw him as a child, and when he ran by, it was kind of like a blur because he was on horseback.
Yeah, he wasn't sprinting out on horseback, but
Yeah,
still,
but
it's moving. It's very.
If I just walk out and I just see him go by, and it's I know him, but it's kind of still, you can't get every little detail.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it was slow enough that you could see his face and verify, yeah, that was him. But that doesn't give you enough time to be like, okay, that's him, and that's what he looks like now. That's what he's wearing. That's yeah, exactly.
So, so she has a vague description of him, and it's hard to get. It's hard to get anywhere with a vague description. But she is definitely going, and she's also asking, it's very vaguely. She's not just gonna go "Hey, where's my brother?" It's a lot. She'll probably go to the tavern and just because come on, people talk at the tavern. That's where where the rumors come from. She'll be listening through town and ask vague questions or just try to have conversations that lead into something. So kind of deceiving people, just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
He's disappointed at the lack of information she gets, though, because a lot of what she gets is not really helpful.
Yeah, so she's frustrated with that. Especially because she's always found things easy. It's easy for her. So
now the only thing she's finding easy is fixing and curing people.
Yeah.
And what almost makes her more upset is she's getting frustrated that she's actually looking forward to and enjoying her time as just a medic and a healer. Because that's almost the relaxed time she has.
Yeah. And because coming to the school, she was she was kind of cocky, okay. She until somebody really beats her, she thinks she can take down anyone, which can get you killed. But she's never failed.
Right. And that's the thing. She's realizing she's failing at finding information. She's on two people.
So
and, her studies are actually extremely challenging. She's trying to keep up with she's realizing that her combat skills are nothing compared to some of these people when they're teaching her. And so all these things are just wow. What she can relax and let her mind wander some when she's back. Bandages on the wounds, sterilizing, the mundane tasks of the healing things. Now, not the emergency, someone comes in with a bad issue or something, but the mundane checking up and healing and helping and all that. She's just kind of relaxing and easy. Which I think might actually upset her a little bit, since that's not the thing she actually wants to do.
She's frustrated. She's frustrated because she can't. She's having trouble, and she never has trouble. So she's always been good at everything. So everything was just kind of handed to her. So she's like, "What?" And it's also the school's also different for her because she doesn't have anyone like waiting on her 24/7.
Yep.
It's very different. So people like they actually treat her like everyone else, and she's like, how dare you? I am not everyone else.
Go change that bandage.
And the saddest part is she can't say anything, so she is just like taking it. She's taking it all in because she was taught to just not say anything and just do your job, whether that's healing or killing. So she has not said anything. She's because she still has to show like put on this like she has her mask on still.
Yeah, still gotta perform.
Yeah, she's still gotta perform. So even though she's frustrated, she's still putting on her performance. But you know, she might go out and, you know, take some anger out.
How does she take some anger out?
So she'll probably like just go out to when nobody's around or anything, like set up something and maybe throw a couple daggers. And she also has her fans, her warrior fans, or I forget what they were called, but she uses those a lot and practices with those, and yeah, so. But yeah, she's finding things difficult, and it's new to her, and she don't like it.
Right. A little bit more into Miko. Alright, 47. Are you ready for your flashback?
I am.
Right,
I'm taking this flashback, and sure, it's not too far back, but some time in a little break. Where 47, despite his good fond for animals, he has been working with the villagers with their hunting, and maybe over the course of this time, just for convenience sake, as they're getting a bit more faith in this man, they've been helping him, taking him further in the woods, bigger game, more food, higher stakes. And as of late, they've lent him this old horse that they have in the stable just to help him get further on horseback. The horse isn't much, it's elderly, its bones are creaking, and it's almost lame, but it's still a horse, and it's still a living being, and 47's gotten quite attached to it. And as they're moving through the forest on the outskirts of the territory, the terrain gets a bit rougher, a bit harder to walk on, a little bit less even. And although his mentor has instructed him to just follow directions and help for his task for the day, he's kind of urging his person he's worried enough for the day to kind of stop pushing the animal so much that they're clearly a bit struggling. At the end of the day, they do manage to get what they came for, that maybe a bear for hide, something nice and hefty to it. But in the end, the horse that he's riding, he ends up getting off of it at some point, because again, it's really struggling to keep pushing. It ends up a bit wounded, and he ends up helping drag the carcass back himself. And he's talking to the guy. He's instructing him, like, hey, you know what? That horse. That's right. The person's kind of a bit concerned about the horse's well-being. He's like, oh, that horse, that one. That thing's old as hell. Not worth the meat on its bones. Do me a favor, even tomorrow at night, we're gonna go out and shoot it. No point in keeping it here. And 47 kind of just stares at the man, a bit upset, and it kind of ticks him off. It really sets something afire inside him, but he doesn't say anything. And the next night, he goes out, despite the curfew that the school's enforced, and he sets the horse out in the woods. He just lets it go. And he is a bit worried that he's going to get some reprimands for it, so he doesn't really come home for a couple days. Very not great. Probably puts his some academic questioning. But the reason why he's so upset that he couldn't really bring himself to talk to his mentor about is because he kind of sees himself in that animal. He's brought back to his past at the basically circus he was kept in as a showman, as a pet himself. And he's kind of angry because in his life he was used when he was basically unable to perform, and he was ugly and beaten and disgusting and no longer worth anything. They were going to take him out and shoot him. Whatever was left and skin him. That's the end of it. No funeral, nothing. So seeing this animal treated the same way kind of ticks him off a bit. Yeah.
So, when the guy says that to you and you actually release the horse, you notice as you release him, turn around and there's someone there standing just as there and can see you doing this. Like they're watching you release the horse. What is 47's reaction to someone seeing that they have done this? Uh-oh. We just lost packets from you and your voice broke up. It was fine and now it's breaking up. That was weird. It's better. Yeah. I don't know what that was. It was just all of a sudden. Yeah. Can't quite make out who it is. No, that's fine. While you're there, you wake up the next morning. This old guy's sitting there with a pot of food, rice pottage or something, and, you know, boiling on the fire. You're just there, like right next to where you decided to hide. Doesn't seem to, you know, be paying any attention to you, almost like he doesn't see you or something, but he's just there with a pot of food. You hold on. Your video link, audio link, apparently is now broken. It was working when we started. Apparently the people missed that. Let's try that. It was working. And let's see. Can you say something again? Working again. It's not. Why is it not? That is the first time I've seen it. Well, yeah, but I just updated it. And it should be working. Because it was working. Like before we started, at the beginning when we connected, you were talking and it picked it up. No. But it's weird because I've never seen it do that before. Because I can click it and do it, and it's just not doing it. And that's what's weird, because it worked last time. It works with everyone else, it works. Before, why did it stop? And that's what I don't understand. Because I can see that it's not showing any of the sound in OBS when you talk. It should at least show something for volume. Let me try this. Can you say something? No, not at all. That is so weird. I've never had it act like this. Okay. So it should work. Everything I'm seeing says it should be working. Nope. And it's weird because I've never seen it do this before. Banish the Shadow Realm. I mean, maybe, but not my doing. I've never seen it not do this before. Everything else seems to be set up correct. Everything seems to be looking correct, and it's just like, nope.
Should I leave and come back, maybe? And rejoin?
Now it's working.
Oh, I exist again?
Yeah.
I'm back from time prison, yay!
I didn't do anything.
How could you?
What in the world? Technology sometimes. All right. Would you surmise again quickly for the people that missed what you said, because apparently technology decided to bork us over very impolitely. What you said, and we'll go from there again. Sorry, chat, for that.
How far
Tabby,
back are
thank you
we?
for telling us you couldn't hear 47. This was really weird. First time I've ever seen that.
How far back am I going?
Just summarize up to you saw the horse, you did the stuff, and then where you are, what's happening, and I'll recap the other part. Just that way they can hear your own words on it. Because I think they missed all.
Speed run. Oh heck, that's no good. Horse speed run. Okay, so 47 so far has been doing a lot of his work with the hunters of the town outside of the campus, and despite his good love of animals, he's been doing his best to help, and it's good to have someone with that knowledge on the ready. As they gain more faith and trust in his skills, they decide to take 47 out a bit further into the woods to hunt bigger game, and they loan him an old horse that no one's using in the stable. The horse is old, not a good horse, would not buy this horse, no horse out of 10. Due to the horse's age, the terrain, and this level of exercise isn't really good for it, and 47 is constantly urging and pestering, hey, maybe we should turn back, maybe we should maybe go a little lighter on the horse, and eventually 47 decides that this is too much, and he has to just walk the duration of the way back after managing to catch what they were looking for, and Upon returning, the horse is not really faring too well, and she asks the owner, like, "Hey, I couldn't help but notice that the horse is not really horsing as it used to, a little bit more than usual." And the man basically explains, "The horse is old. The horse ain't no good. Not worth the money of the skin, the meat that's on it. We're just gonna take it out back and shoot it. It's lame. Not worth keeping." And that makes him upset. 47. He's a bit angry, reasonably so. And the reason why he's so like ticked off about this is because of his own upbringing and his basically his life in the circus. He was basically kept as a pet or a stage performer. And when he
Well, that's great. Your internet decided to mess it up again right there. So, not sure why.
that was intelligible. Am I hearable now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh gosh, how could a loving God allow such agony? Where was I?
You're talking about how you let the horse out because you felt like it was like you because the people in the circus or the entertainment group that had you as prisoner before kept you and decided that they're going to do similar to you is when you weren't being worth it, they're just going to terminate.
Yeah. Again, a bit miffed about that. He decides that this is wrong. He's felt this pain before and he refuses to let it stand. He lets the horse go. He sees a man, I believe. Is that correct? As he does this the night up?
You saw a person at night watching you do it, but you couldn't make out who it was.
Mysterious figure.
Rip a piece of your clothes, taunting him kind of thing, and then go and hide in a hole to sleep. Right?
The old sleeping hole, yep.
And when 47 wakes up, there's an old man there cooking some breakfast, apparently.
A bit spooked as anyone would be to find a strange man next to your hovel in the dirt in the middle of the woods. He kind of jumps back. He's reflectively on reflex kind of grabs for his knife and points it at the man before scooting back. He looks around and Sumo isn't really near to his aid, so he kind of just points the blade a bit closer and questions to the man is what he wants. Is he going here?
The guy's back is to you, so he doesn't see you.
He's kind of a bit miffed by his lack of reaction. He doesn't even turn to face him. Like, "Who are you? Answer me!" He continues.
No. When you say something, he'll turn around. But I'm just saying to paint the scene that when you first jump up and everything, like the guy doesn't react because he doesn't see you. When you say something, he'll turn around. But when you first like jump up and like brandish your knife and stuff, he doesn't react because he doesn't see it.
47 stares him a bit longer and kind of not really entirely sure what to say. He's a bit dumbstruck, and he, with his foot, gently taps the man, still pointing the knife at him. Again, he asks, "Who are you? What are you? What?" He's confused.
Come, take a seat, youngster, and have some food. It's breakfast.
Breakfast you have.
Like this guy's hair is like he has like this nice long beard. Like his hair is fairly long. It's just like lost all color, so it's like pure white. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. He seems like he's probably quite archaic.
47 has had quite the rude awakening in his past, and he's almost a bit surprised. There's no aggression in this man's voice. There's no... I'm sure if he would have done something, he would have done it by now. So hesitantly, he sits back down, and he sits the knife in his lap, but still where he can reach it, and he sits beside the man and informs him, I don't have any money. I'm not sure I
Did I ask for money? He Picks up a
I
wooden
suppose
bowl.
not.
Hands him a wooden bowl full of this hot meal and has a spoon in it. Eat up! You gotta get some meat on those bones. He has like a walking stick. Kind of think of like a Yoda walking stick, right? Like pokes him with it. Kind of like Yoda did to Luke. You gotta get some meat on those bones if you're gonna amount to much.
He chuckles, he takes the bowl. He seems to let his guard in a bit. He's a bit, he's old, he's older.
Oh, and your internet decides to mess up your voice once more as it starts disconnecting. Boo, 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 boo. That sounds great. Oh. I feel bad for you because it's not fun. Oh.
Sucky internet sucks.
Yeah. Don't that the truth. Well, it was working fine, and then just all of a sudden... Not fun.
I'm just gonna be right back 1 sec.
Okay.
Oh, am I back from Void Prison?
Yeah.
Apparently for now.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's all good. It's not your fault.
No, it is, because obviously they own the, ISP that they're using, right?
I've angered the internet wizard. This is all my doing.
The guy poked you with the staff and told you need to get meat on your bones. And you replied, what?
He kind of chuckles. He's kind of letting his dart even further. He sets the knife further in his pocket. And he chinks the bowl with him. He clicks the bowl. He's like, all right, then.
Why'd you leave your dog behind?
He'll find me in time. I'm not too far.
I mean, he did last night. That's why you weren't colder.
No. Where is he then?
I sent him to get some food.
Ah, he listened to you.
Of course.
That's impressive. Why are you here, might I ask?
Why am I where I live? Because I live here.
Oh, I didn't know. It all looks like wood. I've been here a couple times now. I've never seen you out in these woods.
know. I've seen you every time you come. You lot are really all not that observant.
I don't get much time to look around. Work to be done and all.
Indeed. So why would you
Last
do that with
night.
that horse?
They're gonna kill it anyway. At least give it a fighting chance out in the woods. Why not? It's more fair than just shooting it when it's not good to you.
So you want wolves to eat it?
Not quite. Not many out here. 2, 4. The academy
No,
shooting
actually, a
most
pack just came down from
guns.
the mountains last night.
Red one or black one. Does not seem to elaborate on what exactly that means. Despite his limited time, 47 has been excitedly watching them this free time. Like that boar he randomly rambled on about at the middle of dinner that no one could understand.
Well, these are actually some mountain gray wolves that live up on the mountain there. They come down every so often to hunt down here because it's a little bit easier when the prey get scarce up there.
Oh, I haven't seen those ones actually.
Oh, they're big.
Well, I'd take wolves over arrow. More dignified death that way.
Depends if they choose to, eat you from the backside forward or not.
Yeah, it's faster, believe it or not. He lifts the bowl up, almost toasting it almost to no one, but he seems proud of himself.
Well, you should get back to your training. How else are you going to get strong and capable?
I will. I just not too fond of going back just yet. I will.
Well,
They're gonna chew me out when I get back anyway.
I will make a wager on that one for you. Most things there are tests. Everything in life is a test.
Well, if you give told him say to me, I'm not much of a test taker. He kind of gestures to all the burns and wounds going on the left side of his body.
That was a test too. Just one done by life. It's not very nice.
Noted.
Where did you get those fine marks?
Stage fire.
Not
Back
what
when I was
heard.
young. Oh, what have you heard? My name getting around?
No.
Oh.
Now, this is something for you, Heather. When
Oh
you
my.
wrote the story of him, of 47, you didn't really say a whole lot of details before his work with the entertainment group.
I did not.
Now, when he got the burns, you said was... I'm trying to look over here and remember. Was it before or after he grew up there?
He got them trying to, when he got the dog, trying to get him out of the cage during the fire. A lot of his disfigurements are from the fire.
Okay. Like, you were not supposed to be there when you got the fire. You were supposed to be gone. But you decided that the dog was more important than your flesh.
I did.
But you and the dog were not home there. Do you remember your home?
I remember my mother, and that's really it. Never really had much of a home, going from hospital to hospital. We had a farm, but didn't last long. Too much debt on it, and I was their way of fixing that. Turns out a child packs a pretty penny.
Indeed. Especially when they're taken from you and you try to find them. But I'm glad the dog is working out well for you. You should get back to your studies so you can learn more.
I oughta. Thank you again for the food. I'm sorry for intruding.
Not a problem. The wilderness is everyone's home, of those who wish it to be.
I think I'm sick of it being my home. You're right. I should head back. He stands up and he's not trying to thank the man, but he just hand him the bowl back. He doesn't take his bowl.
Right. How is 47 feeling and thinking as heads back to the academy?
He's a bit anxious about being chewed out for kind of direct.
Okay. Disobeying. You're breaking up.
He does
again.
want to not be homeless anymore.
Hey, you're back. Nope, you're back. You just got back as you said, You don't want to be homeless anymore, is what I got.
Don't want to be homeless. He's kind of worried about ruining this opportunity as well. As much as he's worried about being chewed out, he does want to not completely get himself kicked out back where he started. He wants to fix things.
Okay. You head down. You come back, and your mentor, your trainer, your coach, whatever you want to call him, Li Wu. He's like, where have you been? You should have been here. We've been already training today. You missed warm-ups.
I had an arrangement with an old friend, that's all. I apologize, sir.
Get to work. Let's go.
On it.
And what creeps 47 out a bit, no one mentions the horse.
I'm sure he's fine.
Doesn't bother 47 at all that no one mentions it, says a single thing about it.
He's a little worried about it, but he's not too concerned. He's also more concerned that no one mentioned the weird friend comment he made. No one asked about that. There's like this guy that he went out to. Oh well, he's kind of just happy to get away with it. He assumes the horse is fine. That they are already aware. Maybe they thought the horse is set to be killed anyway. So you know what?
Okay.
No repercussion yet.
Maybe. Let's see.
Ooh.
Right? Chat, I hope you all enjoyed that. Any questions or things you want to say before we jump on to the next scene? Give chat a moment to have a chance to ask any questions or things for you all. How did you all enjoy those little flashback scenes?
It was enjoyable to listen to everybody else's and also to form some of my own backstory.
Yeah, I enjoyed listening to everyone's backstory, getting to know the characters more. And I also enjoyed me struggling to figure oh gosh, backstory. You know that you have where you get certain bits and you're trying to piece it all together to make it work, but then your mind is just trying to.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. So
I have a bunch of ideas for this campaign that I'm mulling over, that I'm trying to decide which routes to go to get to the different things, and how things should work, and what should we do on each episode, and how should we handle. I get it.
And then for me, I have a hard time with words. Getting the words I want to say out. And usually when I say it, it makes no sense. I'm like, no, it's not what I wanted to say. In my head, it makes so much more sense. But to find the right words to use to explain is hard.
Right. There you go. All right. Matt, you're muted. So you're talking.
Heather, Tabby Abby asked in the chat, what was the horse's name?
Walmart.
Walmart. It was a horse named Walmart.
No correlation. Copyright doesn't have it yet. Long live Walmart,
Say
Walmart,
that
Walmart
in
versus Shénxiān.
Chinese.
I love it.
All right. So, scene pans. Uh-oh, we lost her. And Azrael. So we'll just go with the two of you for now. So, that night, you hear an alarm go off on the town. And a few of the teachers and trainers from the academy come to the inn and tell you all to go down to the main room of the inn and for you all to stay there. And you see a few of them are there. There's like 8 of them here. And they are fully armed and ready for a fight. It looks like.
Well, it's fun. I'm gonna stash my Emika will like stash her daggers.
Yeah.
And, like she has like a spot in her kimono that she puts them. Very interesting. But yeah, she'll grab those just in case.
I see her probably having like a wrist bracer that has basically sheaths on them for her acupuncture needles. So she just slides them in, and then when she has her kimono on, you don't really see them because of the sleeves.
Yeah, because like she needs to easily if she's like the way I see it, like if she's walking by someone and she finds a target and she's like walking in a crowd, she can just easily just prick them with whatever and just keep walking like nothing happened. And then like 10 seconds later, they're on the ground.
That's her goal anyways.
That's what she's been trained to do. So she's like that's kind of her like top thing. She's really good with her needles.
Yeah.
So, but like everyone is different, so she has to also know who she's going for.
OBS is acting weird today.
OBS be like that.
All right.
OBS is acting weird every day.
Right, it can be. However, it does its job.
Yeah.
And it's a lot cheaper than some options.
Yeah, free is a pretty good price, man.
Yeah, I can't complain too much.
Something about that. But yeah, so how are you all feeling as you're ushered down into the eating area downstairs at the inn? With these alarms going off in town.
Emika's annoyed.
Annoyed.
Yeah, she's annoyed. She's like, are you kidding me? This is interrupting my sleep time. You know how rare it is for me to actually be able to sleep through the night because normally I'm out killing someone?
Oh my god.
That's what's going through her mind.
Well, puppy. Wow.
Oh, Matt, as a GM, are you glad that I got this character instead of you?
I mean, whatever tickles your fancy, whatever rows your boat, it's fine. It's fine.
The funny thing is, I'm a pacifist in Matt's campaign.
Yes.
Can you say bipolar?
But this is what role playing is great
personalities,
for. You get
It is.
have all the fun.
That's the point I'm making with it, is that these characters are so bipolar from each other. But that's the point of role playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gyang is concerned, but I think his reaction would be first to look around him to the other people, the other students that are coming down, that are standing, that might be worried, and he's looking for people who look especially nervous, students that might look especially nervous, that are on edge. And I think that he's probably gonna move over to those people, not try to touch them or anything, but just like move over to them and be like, whatever happened, Gyang here. And he will just like try to calm them down, / just be like a calm and ready persona for the people that are looking panicked or distressed. I think that's his. He's going to go into shepherding mode. And he probably feels a bit concerned himself, but his way of coping with that is looking after other people.
Meanwhile, Amako's like, idiot. You're gonna get yourself killed that way. Not caring,
Right,
just
Amako's
she
gonna
thinks
kill
it's
them all.
she thinks that people that help others instead of themselves are just stupid. Because that's how she was taught. It's just, you save yourself, you get the job done, all right? You don't worry about anyone else. So she thinks he's stupid for wanting to help everyone first rather than himself.
I would ask how Yoei feels about it, but I would say MIA. 47, welcome back. How does 47 feel about this?
To clarify, there's an alarm going off. Do we know much about it? Or is it just an
You're woken
alarm?
up at night and told to go downstairs up where you're staying, so down in the inn, to the eating area. And there's a few of the mentors there kind of watching and guarding, and the alarms are going off in town. Something's going on. You don't know what, you just know there's something.
47 is pretty on edge, pretty anxious, but he's trying his best not to really make that too obviously, but he's doing a pretty crappy job. He's kind of standing towards the corner of the room, eyeing the exits, and Sumo is pretty close to him, kind of pacing as well, or standing between his legs, a low growl. They're not really moving, they're kind of waiting instructions, but it's clear they're not really all paying attention all the way there. Again, he's more focused on eyeing the exits and the doors, possible entryways, like he's thinking a million steps ahead in his weird paranoia.
As you're doing this, 47, you're the first to notice something is up. Because Sumo kind of starts whimpering and lays down and tries to, like, hide.
Ooh. Do I know the cause, or am I just aware that he's just acting funny?
No, he's just doing that. He's like
Oh.
whimpering and trying to hide under a table. Like he is terrified. Which is why you're the first to notice anything, because of Sumo.
Ooh, I think he's like his paranoia kind of ramps all the way up, and he's kind of discreetly grabbing the handle of his knife from his pocket, and he's kind of kneeling closer to the door, kind of edging the dog to kind of follow a bit. Still really uncomfy.
Yeah, so the dog is like hiding under one of the tables, like back in the corner, where, as far as he can, away from the entrance.
Oof. I begrudgingly will stand with the dog. That's my homie, my little guy. Still planning an escape plan if necessary, but he's really ready to just go. Fight or flight is kicking in internally.
Sounds good. Let's get a basic perception check from you. How well you're paying attention.
Basic perception. Okay.
So just a standard difficulty perception check. I know I didn't use all bases. That's my correction.
Perception.
I just know that I have two characters. Do I roll one for the dog as well? As dumb as that sounds, or nah? Do I add anything because of the dog?
No, because the dog is trying to hide. He's actively trying to not be included in this. He just wants to hide. Buttons now. So we have a Gyang. 2 succeeded. And you have a threat. Emiko has a success with 2 advantage. And 47 has 3 successes with 1 advantage.
You want me to roll a perception as well?
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
Succeed with 2 threats. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to tell you guys the scenario, and I want you guys to utilize your advantages and threats for yourselves to help flesh out how this works, okay? So, you all notice that there's something foul happening outside, as it is almost like a thick fog is rolling in, but it's a tinted fog, it's not a natural fog. And you hear a chorus of foul voices chanting something. Can't fully make out what it is, but you have a feeling it's probably what's causing the fog, as the town seems to be coated in it. You see that just crack in the window, you look out and see it just rolling around. And then within that, you start seeing like shadows moving around. And then you hear the sound of combat fighting in the town.
So I'm still slightly confused about how to use threats.
Okay.
So
go for it, Matt.
yeah. So what? The best way to orient around anything that's not a success or a failure is to be thinking about what the situation is, what you see, what you hear, what the feelings of your character might be, what has recently happened, what your goals might be. And when you get advantages, you're trying to find things that help you to achieve your goal without necessarily succeeding if you didn't succeed. So they're things that contribute to getting you further towards your goal. It doesn't have to be an immediate goal, but some sort of goal around the general scene and around the scenes that have happened recently. And then for threats, you're looking for things that are potentially a disadvantage, things that that contribute to you finding it harder to achieve the goals, or to impede you with what is going on. And so we're telling a story each time. Now, you can just take strain to represent that there's been something that's happened, and so your character feels mentally stressed. And so strain is a mental stress marker, and so that could go up to represent that you feel this way. Or something else that could happen is that you might accidentally stumble into revealing something about your character because they're confronted with a strange situation. You've got all these things going on, and maybe there might be something that those around you notice about you that you wouldn't normally let on because of that. Or maybe, I don't know, like maybe they're really stressed, and you could be like, well, maybe they're still rubbing the sleep out of their eyes because they've got woken up, kind of thing. And so can we add a setback to my checks for this scene, or for the next check in this scene, or something like that, where you're narrating something about your character that is going to be an impediment for a future role, or future roles plural. You could be trying to get out of the door, but these threats could be used to say that the door's jammed and that it's going to take you a little bit longer to get through, or that the difficulty of getting through is higher. So these are all ways to try and orient you around what this might mean, both in general and in specific terms. Does that help you at all?
It does. Thank you.
Very well described.
So I do believe that the threats, I think that maybe in ways past, he had a really bad experience with some fog that he encountered, and that could be really creeping him out. Especially the fact that it's tinted and obviously not natural, and now they hear fighting. So that's where I am.
Yeah, so maybe this memory of the fog and how that affects you can add a setback to whatever your next role is.
Sure, makes sense. Like any mental based roles can, I don't know, add another threat or take away an advantage.
Okay.
And for Guillaume, we were describing that he was moving toward some of these non-player characters, these other students. And what I want my one threat to do is to have one of these students be particularly distressed and have them be taking some of his like time and effort, and he now has to worry about their safety as well as his own because they're so heightened. Or he feels that he has to worry about them as well.
So there's this one girl who has been working closely with Emiko in the healing circle, or in the healing group, and she does actually chi healing, so caster, and she is absolutely like horrified, terrified, scared of whatever is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she looks like she's seen a ghost, kind of scared, like she's horrified and terrified, and like more so than you've ever seen, like almost anyone ever be.
Yeah. So getting her to safety is going to be, or into a place where she's not quite so heightened, is going to be part of Gyung's goal now. So I've added a goal to him, as well as getting himself to safety. His impediment is he's now responsible partially for her safety too, and so that's going to
complication or anything, right?
No, it's going to contribute to the growing scene.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we have 1 advantage for 47 and 2 for Emiko.
So said they were chanting something. Maybe Emiko has heard something like that before, like due to her word, like being an assassin or something.
Okay.
And
we'll get to that in a minute then. If that's what you want it to be. 47?
Sounds good.
Perhaps due to his upbringing, he has some kind of knowledge of smoke and fog. Like, that's able to kind of identify what maybe this chemical or this smoke is, or fog is.
You're able to confirm that it's not natural and that there's nothing you can think of from standard alchemical processes that should be able to create something like this. So, a certain skill comes to mind. It's the only one that seems to fit for you. And that is chants from rituals. You think that they are chanting a ritual to make this effect happen over this area. And you know that it probably takes more than one. So you know it's a group. Emiko. You're horrified to remember where you heard this. One of the nights when you were sleeping when you were young, you heard something like this in your basement. And what followed were some horrifying sounds that you never want to hear again. That were then preceded afterwards by your parents exiting the basement.
Holy shit.
yeah, you guys should definitely meet my parents. They're great.
No, I shouldn't.
Come on
No,
over for
thank
dinner.
you.
You might
No,
never
thank
leave
you.
again, but
No. I humbly
you'll
decline.
get to eat good.
No, thank you.
So how does this help
He
her?
gets to be eaten good?
How does this help her, DM? Because like that sounds scarring to remember that. So how is she able to harness this for her or
He knows that she knows more about what this chanting is.
Mhm.
And she remembers later on hearing that you can potentially get a counter chant to cancel it. Now, she doesn't have the ability to do that right now, but she knows that's something she can work on and look forward to, so that if you experience something like this again, she can create a counter to it if she works with people or get someone to work on that skill in developing that. So yes, it's scarring, but she's able to pinpoint kind of some of the aspects to it, and it gives her that tie-in, and she also has the ability to know that that it's possible to create a counter to it, which no one else knows that you can create a counter. So, is it horrifying? Yes, somewhat scarring. At the same time, she knows a source where she could find out more about it if she wanted, and she knows that there is counters to it.
It also helps her know what she's dealing with. Like, who the people that she's dealing with, and knows that they're no joke, so be cautious when if going up against them.
Yeah, they're probably easy threats since they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah. I mean, they're just hiding behind their fog. I mean, how tough can they be?
Right?
Oh.
Do you like that for an option for you, puppy?
I do. Yeah. Emiko's past isn't the greatest. Just to point that out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why she is the way she is.
You think? Let's see, we have 47 with physical scars. We have Emiko with very much psychological scars.
Isn't it great?
It's all one big trauma family.
Okay. So we've done our perception roll. A number of us succeeded. So what do we get on the successes? So we've narrated what happened on the advantages and the threats.
So the successes is that you're able to know about the fog rolling in. You understand more what's going on than others because not everyone detected that.
Okay.
So some of them are still just like, what's going on? Because like the hair stands up on the back of your neck, like everyone's, but not everyone noticed the fog outside. So some people are just like freaking out a bit from that because they didn't even notice that.
Right. Well, cool.
Once I realize who I have like a better understanding of who we're going up to, I'll be like this and just like ready to get anyone that tries to come after her. Like, she's not showing her weapons, but she's got her fingers put on them.
Okay. Emiko is at a heightened status now. So, do you all maintain your orders to stay here as you hear combat clashing outside?
That's a good question.
Emiko will probably look around and see if this place is actually like defendable. Like if she'll try to deduct whether they can get in or not.
Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Is the number of doors.
She'll like be looking at like what kind of locks they have, if the windows are like have like some sort of like shutter that's like
Yeah, they have shutters. And they're closed. There is 2 doors into the room you're in. With the third one going to another room, possibly. So you know that there is a kitchen here that then exits. There's a exit here to the hall, which there's, that's one way in, and then the other way is this main entrance here.
Okay.
Is there anybody in here with us?
Yes. There's some others that aren't shown. There's a number of random NPC students, and then there's some more higher level teachers and mentors and stuff.
I will stay in this room and defend who is in this room.
Okay.
That's what the roll was for.
Okay, so Gyang will rummage in his pack. Do we have everything of ours, by the way?
Yeah, you have your stuff with you. It's fine.
Okay. He will rummage in his pack, and he will pull out a hooded lantern, because we all recognize the fog. He will pull out his hooded lantern, and he will light it if that is okay. And he, as he does this, would be looking around, especially at this young woman who has been mentioned in the scene, and he would be like, "Come to light. We all stand together in light. We stand against whatever this is." And that's what he would do.
Okay.
You're saying that to everyone?
He says it aloud, yes. Yeah, and the lantern is on and lit.
Okay. Emiko's not gonna do that. She's like, yeah, in a crowd, you're easy to target. Like, you're just giving them. So, she feels that she's better off on her own to surviving, because she just, like, everyone in this room, she does not care about.
Emiko, for yours, let's have you roll a tactics and warfare check. And for Gyung, let's have you roll a leadership check.
Okay.
And then what is Yahweh and 47 wanting to do at this time?
Here it is.
What would a resilience check be for?
Poisons, tiredness, fatigue.
Would vigilance be good for a defensive stance?
Vigilance would be your awareness and kind of looking out for things.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah. So you can add, so mine was 2 successes and a threat, so let's do 2 successes and 2 threats, given the previous roll.
Oh, yeah. You didn't roll your black dice, so you can just roll a black dice.
How do I roll? How do I do that?
In the
just
lower
like,
right-hand corner.
yeah,
Just,
okay.
just book it
Oh.
and go. Because it may not be. Depends on what it rolls. There you
It
go.
is a threat.
It is.
Excellent.
So 2 threats. Emiko has 2 successes and 2 threats. Yang failed, but has an advantage, 2 advantages and a triumph.
Right.
Wow.
So I think I know where this can go.
Yep.
So as a whole, they don't respond, but this lady who you're caring for gets behind you. You know, is working with you, and you can narrate some more on that.
Yep.
So, Yoey, with your vigilance looking out, you notice they're going around the building. They haven't seemed like they've penetrated into the building yet. And I'll let you work on how you want your threat to come into play. Emiko, your warfare roll. So you know this room is not really safe, and you know based on the entrances, the safest areas to be defending and being would be in the lower left-hand corner area, because you'd be able to look and see if they're coming down any of the access points. However, hiding in one of the other rooms might be even more so safe, because then you only have the one door for them to get through.
Yeah.
There you go. And then you can determine your threats, how you want those to play out, if you have any ideas. Otherwise, I can come up with stuff, but I like letting you guys have a chance to build on the story as well. And then 47.
I'd assume 47 is still kind of antsy. He kind of wants to find some sort of way out still, or maybe some kind of backup plan, just to kind of look for the exits.
Internet just went crazy again.
Yep.
It was perfectly clear and crisp, and then all of a sudden, no. Just out of the blue.
I've been there. I've had internet problems. It sucks.
It's almost like it's choking.
Not yet. Puppy's not the one sounding like a robot.
Surprisingly. I'm on my laptop, so I'm surprised that any of this is working, honestly.
And your video is pretty crisp.
It hasn't froze yet, so
It's just gone red once in a while.
it's just like, goes like red sometimes.
It takes me back to 2001: A Space Odyssey with Hal. So while Heather's working on theirs,
Yep.
I will say that this is kind of like Go-Way's first time defending people that he doesn't know very well. So he doesn't know like how they're going to react, and that he's kind of anxious, and that's the threat that's his threat that's contributing.
Okay.
Because there are some people that they don't really like to be defended; they would rather defend themselves.
Understand.
All right.
I'm maybe thinking Emiko will try to go like to one of the rooms or like upstairs or something, and maybe someone sees her and follows her.
Sure.
She's not a people person. So
The guy
someone
who
maybe
picked up on you cheating, or that you cheated against, I'm thinking, is the one that follows you in.
Tisk.
You mean my so-called rival?
Yes, so it's the one that you actually fought against, because the other one, the inspector guy who was overseeing it that saw you do that, is watching the door still.
Yeah.
But no, I like the idea that he's the one that steps in with you.
Yeah. I'm
So
I'm
we'll
totally
use this
fine with that. Yeah.
So you step in, and he steps in behind you.
Okay, wait, hold on, I gotta...
Let's settle this.
Where is the room?
World.
Is it... Are we already there? Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I don't know what is going on. This thing is being really weird.
Yeah,
OBS
you
wasn't
are,
doing it, and now it's showing a big black mark for Heather being online. Because that's...
I wanna point a picture for the viewers. Emiko does not even know this guy exists. Okay, he sees her as his rival. Emiko does not even know that he's.
Well, this is actually the guy who saw that you cheated.
Yeah,
so
the one that.
It's not the rival. This is the one who saw that you were bluffing.
Yeah, they thought like.
Who's
I
watching
don't know
you
about
extra
that.
close.
Yeah.
So this isn't your rival. This is the one who's suspicious.
Okay. Well, she still doesn't really know much about this guy. Like, she doesn't know he exists. Until, like, somebody, like, unless she feels threatened by someone, then she has her eyes on you. But...
So you step into this room and start trying to get into position. And you turn to look at the door, and you see this massive, muscular guy who you've seen before, just standing there looking at you like... What are you doing? Kind of look.
I'm hiding.
While all your classmates are out there.
Well, like I said before, I'm not a fighter.
Eyes.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
Oh. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Drops a pile of papers that are kind of in a booklet kind of thing, a notebook kind of thing at your feet.
What is this?
See, it says death tabulation of Emiko.
How?
I see.
Anything to say for yourself?
She'll pick it up, and be like, "This is clearly fake."
You care to read any of it?
Why should I bother?
You might find
No,
something
that's true.
intriguing.
She'll just like, kinda like, she's like, just be really annoyed at this point. So she like roll her eyes, look at the piece of paper.
So in there is documented majority of the removals you've been responsible for. Some of them state possible, but all the details about every single one that has been able to been figured out, to what degree it's been figured out, is listed here. And some of them are listed as confirmed. So and so witnessed it being done, or was aware of it, or things like that. Yes, Matt?
DM. So I don't want to verse you on this. All right, I think that this is okay. However, in Genesis, I think that in order to present something so out of the blue like this, that is so significant to the character, would probably be a good point for you to spend a story point and introduce what story points do. Yeah, well, because that's kind of nasty.
So, in Genesis, we have these lovely things called story points. Misfortune and fortune is what we're calling them for this. And so, they start out as equal, and as you use them, they shift to the other side. They can be used to do a number of things. I understand the basics a little bit. Matt, do you want to go into further detail since you understand it a little bit more than I do?
Sure. So story points are like DM said, our backwards and forwards currency as out of character people, as the player people. We can add and take away things that are in the story, things that are happening. So, but once something has been introduced by DM, that thing is untouchable. But if it hasn't been specified, we can change things. So, for example, it hasn't been specified that there are literally no people in the college that can chant, right? And so potentially something that we might do in this situation is go, well, maybe pitch the idea of spending a story point to bring us in, or have someone outside who has the ability to chant, right? And maybe that doesn't do anything for us, but at least it can go towards something. Or we can say, hey, we come up to a cliff and there's no way down based on the description, but I spend a story point to see that there's this long, I don't know, this tree with a long branch that hangs down far enough that I can get to where I need to be, or something like this, right? So some convenient things happen. In all, story points or misfortune and fortune are ways that we can add and take away from scenes, stuff that hasn't been specified, and to advantage us, and what DM can use to create interesting, twists and turns to make things more dynamic, let's say. So having this book in particular is very nasty, but that's why he's had to spend a story point on it, to say that he has this and that it has actual things in it, that are real, that what she has done. So that's that. But really, I don't know that there's much more to say on it, except that they're a currency to spend to manipulate things. You can also spend it to upgrade your ability. by 1, or to downgrade the ability of an enemy. So someone's rolling a check against you, you can be like, well, I'm going to spend a story point and I'm going to narrate how this happens, but they're going to find it especially difficult to do this next check. Or I'm going to find it easier because there's been a surge of inspiration, something's happened, again, narrate the situation, what's happening, and I upgrade the ability. So I go from maybe so Zengwei there had 3 greens on his vigilance check. So you could say, well, I go from 3 greens to 2 greens in the yellow for this one check to represent this story point being spent. So you get to roll with better proficiency, essentially, if you spend it that way. Or you can change the story, you can add elements, take away elements, things like this.
Yep. So the threat from Emiko was he follows her. The misfortune is that he has documented evidence of her assassinations.
Well.
Well, could I? So I've got some stuff in this on my check too. So I've got some advantages. I think the advantages make sense for her to come in line behind me, if that's okay with you. For the triumph, though, because I failed my check to rally everyone. What I'm wondering for my triumph, so there's a number of ways that we can spend triumphs. We can do something vital, and I think that would be useful here. What I'm wondering is, let's see, I need something that isn't rallying the students. So I have 2 ideas, and potentially you can come up with something for yourself, DM, but my 2 ideas would be, 1, my display, instead of rallying the students, inspires the leadership to maybe see how stubborn the students are and trust them a little bit more to act and help us, like enable them to and us to do more action instead of being necessarily stuck behind the doors. Or alternatively, that Gyang manages to get to a location where if enemies come in the door, that because he's got the light, he's the first person that they see and they target him rather than any of the other students.
Sure.
Something like this is what I'm thinking.
So, this isn't a ultimatum, this is, what do you think? What if Yang is here, standing on the bar, proclaiming this, and she hides under the counter here with you?
Right.
And so if they come in any of the entrances, there's this bright light shining. You're kind of flagging yourself as a target. And I like the idea that your mentor over here, Li Wu, sees you doing this and is going to make things happen along those lines coming up.
All right. I'm good with it.
So he sees your capability and desire to, and will start directing and grooming that a bit, shall we say.
Okay.
I think that fits triumph.
I'm not built to be a tank, but I think that's what he would do. He sees that people are a bit nervous or terrified. He stands up onto the thing, he makes himself a target, and we'll see how that goes. Fun.
Yeah. I like it. And part of what I like about this, and why I'm kind of relying on you guys some for the threats and stuff, is I'm trying to make this more collaborative. Instead of just being like, here you get strain, or, this. I'm wanting you to be involved in it too. So, yeah, this is supposed to be a joint collaboration on this.
All right. Sounds good.
So, currently are missing 47 Heather, so I do know.
They're having a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to work on the phone, and I think they're on their phone. I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to help.
You're all good. I'm just saying, like, we're not able to, involve 47 like I would because of that, not, making it clear why we're not including 47. It's not intentional, it's technical failure. I think that covered everyone's thing on that. Everyone good with how we rolled on that and where we're at?
Sure.
Yeah, Emiko might be killing someone, but...
Yep, I'm good.
I mean, you can try. There's someone right in front of you.
I'm like thinking, I have to go back and forth between like what Emiko would do versus what would be like trying to play it safe, because what Emiko would do would probably like take one of her needles and like put it real close to his neck or something. Is what she would do.
Well,
in that situation, and basically like just ask like,
does know that this is the guy who was the inspector who oversaw the whole entrance for everyone, and that means he's quite capable.
Mm-hmm.
So she still might do that, but she isn't so unintelligent to not know there's a good chance that she has no hope against him.
Yeah. Like, that's why she's thinking, like, what she should do in this situation.
Yeah.
She's a bit intrigued, because this has never happened before. Like, no one's just, like, no one's really calm.
In your face.
Confronts her. So she's been intrigued, and that doesn't happen very often. Like, she's interested. She's actually kind of amused. She's like, this could be fun.
Someone doesn't seem to think so there.
Someone's dog is not happy.
Yeah, that would be my sister's dog. She came to kick me out. She's like, get out of my room.
That's great.
I think she's getting their food right now, so she's like...
Cool. Yeah. So this was more to build up tension and introduce a threat. And to start getting some more roles and learning how the system works. The next morning, you guys are tired because you've been up most of the night. As it gets to earlier morning, the combat noises die down and the fog recedes. And as the morning birds start singing, there's a noticeable sigh of relief from everyone, including those who are here to help guard you, like your mentor. They tell you all to get some food. They're going to check on things. And a few of them, not all of them, a couple of them go out together to go look and get a report, while the others stay here to make sure things stay safe. after a while, they come back and inform you all that the Academy has been insulted by enemies. And they inform you that there is a demon cult that has attacked and has injured multiple people and made off with some.
Yeah, Emiko's immediately thinking, like, they got what they wanted. That's why they left. Because based on what she knows, she's like, they got what they wanted.
Emiko, as you're thinking this, they start mentioning names of people who are injured, and one of them hits you in the gut. Hard. Your brother was injured defending the town and is currently unconscious.
Dun dun dun.
This is probably one of the only times that Emiko will show, like, emotion. Like, just... Huh? She will confirm that it's, like, the brother she's thinking of. Like, with the name and stuff.
And they're like, yeah, you know him?
And without even answering them, she will leave. Like, just kind of like, and just walk away.
She got the info she wanted.
She's like shocked. She tried, like, keeping her posture, but, like, it's clear, like very, you can, like, tell that something's off, but, like, it doesn't look like much is, like, she's not showing too much.
An eye spasm or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like, just, like, a little, like, that's basically it. but it gets to her, because
yeah,
she hasn't seen her brother in years. It's been years.
And apparently, he's now unconscious, defending you.
Yeah, and it's just like, huh? So yeah, she'll just get what she wants and just walk on.
So, we're at that time almost. I hope you guys enjoyed. Any final thoughts or things you want to do before we call it a wrap?
No, that was great. I had a great time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Emiko probably would have had a conversation with Zed that night, but that can be that. But you can find that what they might say next time.
If you need time to think about what she said, that's fine. If you want to talk about it, we can. If you're ready.
Yeah. I would like a little bit more time to think about it.
And we can pick up on that next session, where we have Emiko's lovely discussion about her nefarious deeds.
You know, it's like one of those episodes where they, like, have this cliffhanger. You gotta come next episode. I mean, come on.
So.
Like, everything is fine the next day, but we don't know what happened in that room.
Right? You gotta come back and find out what happened in the room.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys are enjoying this. Viewers, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to check out these fine people when they stream. Puppy streams, Matt streams. They're awesome. They have a great time. Azrael used to stream. Now he just plays games.
Now he hangs out with us.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it, did I?
No. No.
I just saying,
But
telling everyone
see,
to
and
check
now,
them out when they stream.
and see, like DM used to stream, but now he works.
Right? And I stream a little bit.
You stream a
Like
little bit. Yeah.
But hey, I do hope you all have thoroughly enjoyed this. We're going to continue this, building this story, having fun, building these characters. Be sure to join us again next week as we continue it and dive in deeper and find out more. Till then, as always, enjoy the story. We'll see you then.